Hello, Crystal here. So I just wanted to talk really quick about how I increased my credit score in 90 days. This is not going to be like an in-depth video, like getting deep into details, but I just wanted to share what I did. And it was one thing that I was honestly avoiding with my credit. So, um, I've been on a credit journey seriously for about the past year now, and I've been able to increase my and my husband's scores by at least 100 points. So we're doing a very slow, steady journey as we fix our finances overall. We cannot leave credit out of the question. And I do believe that that's very important when you are focusing on your finances. You shouldn't leave one area out while you do all of the rest of the things, because they all come together as one, as the foundation. So you may have credit, you may be budgeting, you may be trying to pay off debt, you may be saving for something or investing. They all come back around and together. So I do encourage you to seek out professional help if it's something that you cannot handle on your own, to focus on every area of your finances. I will say that one of my hardest areas is budgeting. So I sought out help for budgeting, and I went beyond YouTube. So I sought out help for somebody that specializes in helping people set up budgets. So yeah, but my specialty is credit, and I'm also in life insurance. So that's where my focus is at, and that's my strong area. But how I increased my credit score within 90 days, 90 points actually, because I had a goal of hitting 100 points in 60 days, which I knew that I could do it after analyzing my credit report. And that was the one thing I was avoiding, was not utilizing credit. And what a lot of people don't understand is that to increase your score, you have to be using credit responsibly. Now I understand there are some people out there that don't believe in credit. You may have these Dave Ramsey listeners or people. Don't get me wrong, I like Dave Ramsey. I just don't believe in all of his, things. um, but you have to utilize credit to increase your credit score. So I was avoiding that for years because I had issues with credit cards, and I was always getting them and maxing them out because my mindset wasn't right. I didn't have the proper knowledge, and I just thought, credit cards was free money and I didn't have to pay it back. That was my mentality back then. So I would get credit cards, max them out. Like, for instance, the last time I maxed out a credit card, it was for Christmas, buying gifts for my family. And yes, I was in those statistics. By January, I was in debt because I just was not, I didn't have the right mindset and didn't have the proper knowledge to manage the credit card. So thank God for not being that person anymore. But even before that, I stayed away from credit for a long time because I was just afraid of it. I had fear. I didn't know what credit really entailed. And because you hear all of this news of like, stay away from it, you're going to go in debt, don't get in debt, stay away from debt. That only happens if you max out your cards and you don't pay them back. Credit can also look like loans. It could look like car loans. It could look like personal loans. Any type of loans that you have, that's also credit, because they look at your payment history and how you're paying those things back. So when you borrow somebody's money, you have to pay it back. But it can benefit you if you pay it on time, pay it early, and even pay a little bit more in advance. That shows that you are responsible with your money, that you have a plan for utilizing this money or this credit. And it also shows that you can handle it. And that's how you move forward and get increases, because your payment history is very important on your credit report, and your debt to income ratio. So they also look at that. So be mindful of not borrowing too much, not having like high loans and high payments and things like that. But yes, you do need credit to increase your credit score. So one way that I started, which was just last year, after taking some months to really learn about credit, analyzing my credit report, taking the proper steps, even getting trained and certified in credit restoration so I can just gain the knowledge and be able to help you beautiful people out. I decided to start with a company called Self. And if you're not familiar with Self is a company that helps you build your credit. So this is for people with low credit scores, or you're starting over, or you wanna get credit but not a credit card. Self starts you out with, they used to be called Self Lender, but now they're called Self, and they start you out with something like a personal loan, like an installment loan. And you can choose the amount of the loan. So you can start as low as $500 and you can go higher than that. You can also choose the payments that you can handle on this particular loan every month. So Self, for instance, if you get $500, $550 loan, right? You get that loan, it reports to all 3 credit bureaus, and you choose the payment. So say budget wise, you can only afford $25 a month to pay towards that, and you want to pay that for a year. That allows you to build up your credit history, and then you're also adding positive account and payment history to your credit report. So overall, that begins to make you look like a reliable, responsible person. Because first of all, you got a loan, you were approved. Second of all, now you're making payments on this loan on time every month, and that's building good payment history. So it will significantly increase your score. It will. And then what Self does is, after a few months of you paying on that personal loan, this is not money that you're getting in your hands to spend or anything like that. You're making an agreement. Okay, I'll take this $500 and this loan. You don't get it to spend. 4, 5, 6 months later, Self will reach out to you and say, hey, you're eligible for the secured credit card. So what they do is, after you've made a certain amount of payments into this $500 loan, say you've made $200 in payments to this $500 loan. Now what they'll do, they'll take that $200 that you've put in and they will put it on a secured credit card for you. So now you've gone from loan to a credit card. Now you have 2 positive accounts reporting on your credit report. That also shows that you are a reliable, responsible person, and you pay your bills on time, and you're increasing your credit history overall and have good character, right? So now you have your loan, and now you have your secure credit card. So that's amazing, right? No hassle, not a lot of work, no stress, and you're able to build your credit still at $25 a month, affordable payments, right? Now, over this time, if you feel like, okay, I can afford to pay a little bit more, or I can, pay $100 towards this loan, or whatever you feel you want to do, you can do that. And what they do, once you make a few more payments on the loan, they'll take that money that you've paid in and they'll add that to your secure credit card and say, hey, you can increase your balance on your credit card now. So you've paid another $100 on your loan. Now they take that and they add that to your secure credit card. Another thing that Self does is, when you're paying into that loan, it now becomes a savings balance. So what you've done ultimately is you saved money without even realizing, because when you paid $25, it went into like a savings towards the loan, and they build that up, and then you take from that balance that you've paid in or technically saved, and now you open up a secured card. If you're not familiar with secured credit cards, what they are is you put your own money. You put your own money into these cards. So in a sense, it's like you're opening a bank account and you put a deposit on your account. You put $500 into a bank account and you open up that bank account. That's pretty much what a secured credit card is. And that's how I chose to kind of change my mentality around the way I see credit and how I use it. I just say, hey, okay, I'm starting over. I'm starting off fresh with my credit. I'm going to start with secured credit cards. So I have $500 in cash. I'm going to use this $500 to open up a secured credit card, in a sense, a bank account. And when I use that money, I have to make sure I put it back. So say, for instance, I use that card, that $500 card or bank account for my gas and car payment. That's too high for $500. Say I use it for gas and my light bill every month, because you want to keep your utilization under 30%. You never want to go above that. That's a whole nother topic about utilization and how you use your credit. You really don't want to max it out every month, but if you use it, you want to make sure you pay that back immediately before your statement post. But that's a whole nother video. But if you've been afraid of credit, have a plan. Like, think about how you were in the past and you say, okay, how am I going to be better moving forward? Okay, I have $500. I've opened up this secure card. I'm going to use this to pay bills that I was already paying with cash, with my hard-earned money, my direct deposits or whatever. And I pay my light bill. I can't miss that. I need gas. I can't miss that. So this card will be used for that. And I will make sure that I put that back after I've taken it off my card, right? So that has been what me and my husband has done. And this is what, I'm sorry, y'all, slowly helps you change your mentality around money and how you handle it. But this is also increasing your credit. So if you have a goal, like myself and my husband, to purchase a house in a few years, or you need a bigger car, you want a nicer car for your family, like us, you want to show that you are a reliable, responsible person. And then as you get into that mentality of paying off your credit cards, using them properly every month, then you go forward and you begin to apply for more credit as you can handle it, right? So that is how you increase your credit score. That's how I increased my score, 90 points in 90 days. I added this one account, and that was Self-Lender. And I was using no credit at all. And I was like, okay, I got to stop being afraid of this. Let me just take this jump, because I got to get my money right. I got to get my credit right. So that's what I did. And in 90 days, it increased my credit score by 90 points. So I was for something, and that was because I wasn't doing anything. I just had some debt sitting, student loans, some medical stuff, and all of that sitting on my credit report. After I went through and analyzed my report, and I kind of, got corrections made, got some things deleted, resolved some accounts, that still didn't really help my score. And I was wondering why. But then I realized that I have to have credit. Like, I have to be using it, and I have to use it responsibly. So I hope this video helped. If you've been afraid of using credit, don't be. This is a time where you reach out to someone to guide you, like a coach, like me. I deal with the foundations of credit. So I help, if you are afraid, or you feel like, I don't know, I can't really handle it. What if I can't afford a credit card? Because most people feel like if I get a credit card, I'm not going to be able to afford it. Why not? You're getting money and you're going to put it back, just like a bank account. You have a bank account. When you take money out, you put money back in, right? Because you want to be able to use that card. Nobody really cares around cash anymore. So you make sure you put that money back in the bank, so it's there for when you have auto pay on, or you go in places now that don't accept cash. you don't want to find yourself in a situation, right? So credit cards can be used for that. And credit cards it's like a whole nother world when you step outside of that box that you've been in. When you look at credit and increasing your credit score, it can become something very beneficial for you and your family. Good credit opens up so many opportunities. And even though it may be overwhelming or stressful in the beginning, you have to push through that, and you have to think about what it's going to do for not only you and how you'll be able to look back and just pat yourself on the back, but how it's going to benefit your family. You know, financial struggles is something serious, and it causes a lot of strain on yourself and your family, the health of the family. And these bad financial habits, financial trauma can be formed. You can teach your kids habits of like struggle, and all they knew was what life looked like with bad credit. And you don't want your kids to experience that. So this is a generational thing now, to get your credit right and do right by it, right? Use it for the benefits that it offers you, not for all of this other stuff. We thinking legacy now, right? And what credit can do for us in generations that are connected to us, right? So I hope this encouraged you. If you need a credit coach just for the foundations of your credit, maybe you need a little bit of guidance to get started. You need to analyze your credit reports. Maybe you need to you don't necessarily want to pay somebody to do it for you, but you just need some guidance and coaching and letters, and where do I even start? That's what I'm here for. You can reach out to me, Family Legacy Credit. That's my company. And I'm all about just really helping families, moms like me, wives like me, entrepreneurs like me, really fix the foundation so there are no more cracks. Like, we can come back from all of the financial trauma or habits or things we've learned or mistakes, whatever happened where our finances just fell apart, your credit score is super low, you got all of this debt. I know how it is. So I'm just here to help and coach you through so we can, get the generations right? So reach out to me. My personal Instagram is Crystal Clayton _. My credit Instagram is Family Legacy Credit. And I'm just here to coach you and guide you through. And I'm looking forward to speaking with you. And I hope you have a great day. And I hope this video helped you make that decision to stop procrastinating and begin to restore your credit so you can build your legacy.